Hey guys, it's Crystal back at it again with another video. This video, oh my gosh, I've been promising it for so long and it is finally here, so I am super excited. And today, yes, I'm going to be answering all your top asked questions about Columbia, school at home, finding your passion projects, how to get into Ivy League universities, all that fun stuff. It's gonna be great. So without further ado, let's do it. I can't wait to see what you guys have been asking. One last thing, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below any questions that you might have. And let's see, what should you guys comment? You should comment how you're handling the pandemic and what your school is doing for it. Thank you all so much for supporting this channel, and hopefully I'll be able to have another milestone soon where I can do another Q&A for you guys. And let's get into it. So first we have Eliana, who asked, how are you handling quarantine and doing school at home? Thank you so much, Eliana, for asking. I'm handling it okay. I went to Stanford University Online High School. I made a few videos about it. You guys know this if you've been following my channel. So I've actually been online schooled since I was 6 years old. Yeah, tiny baby Krystle in front of a computer. Having a good time. I actually liked it a lot. I have to say, having been to actual real college at Columbia, I miss campus so much. It is a little harder now to do online school than it was in the past, but I'm holding up okay, and you guys should definitely check out all my videos on the tips and tricks that I learned while I did all that online schooling for all those years, and how you can apply them to your current quarantine situation. I'll link them right up here, down below. Go check them out. Next, we have a question. How did you find your passion project for your application? I love that question. That's such a great one. So for me, I've already made a couple of videos talking about my personal path to getting to Columbia University, where I am today. And as you guys know, if you've seen those videos, I am really into creative writing and music. I'm also really into business, but that's not actually something that I highlighted as much on my applications. It was more about the artsy side of me, and it's been at college that I've really developed that business, entrepreneurial side with the tutoring that I do for you guys and the help with the college applications, essay coaching, all that good stuff. Once again, I will link that down below at my website, myiveducation.org, in case you guys ever need any tutoring help or anything like that. I am here to deliver. So like I said, when I was in high school, it was more all about the arts side of things. So I just did my passion projects by delving into what I love to do. I knew I loved to write stories, poetry, nonfiction even, and so when I was in high school, I wrote, I think 2 novels. I think it was 2 separate summers. I wrote a novel a summer. I think it was 2. Yeah, there were a few before high school as well, but I think specifically sophomore and junior year novels. Yeah, that sounds about right. So those are 2 of my passion projects. And then I also really enjoyed finding music competitions to compete in. And so I played the harp a lot and I practiced for hours every day. And I found these competitions to enter, and so they went well, thankfully. And I got to perform at Carnegie Hall a couple of times in high school. So I would say that those are my passion projects. Writing novels, in addition to short stories and poetry, sending those out for publication and to competitions. And I am definitely going to be uploading a video soon about how that whole process worked. I have a video about my experience with one specific writing competition, the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, which I'll link as well. But I'm going to make a video all about how to send out your work to publications and get it published if you're an aspiring writer. So I guess that was more of the what actually, but then the how, like I said, it's just all about what do you love to do. And I would literally not even say, what do you love to do in terms of college applications? What do you think is going to look good on your app? No, 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 no. I gravitated towards, what do I do during my spare time? And ever since I was maybe around 8 years old, what I did in my spare time was write. And then when I was 11, I started playing the harp and I started loving that. I would play the same song 15 times in a row when I was starting out, just so that I could learn it as much as possible and get as good as possible. So those were the things I was gravitating towards when I had no pressures to do them. I loved them on my own. I would have done them if college didn't exist. I would have done them if nothing in the world existed in terms of the meritocracy that we live in. And so I knew that was what I had to do and where I belonged. And then I just went as far and as fast as I could with them. I tried state level, national level, international level. That's what it's all about. Next up, we have any advice or guides for first-gen international first-year transfer students who want to apply to Columbia. So there's a few components here. It's very specific. So There's both first year and transfer students included here, so I'll speak to both of them as much as I can. I'm not a transfer student personally, but I'll definitely try and provide as much information as I can. I have actually successfully helped people transfer to Columbia and fill out the transfer application from other wonderful colleges, but they wanted to come to Columbia, which I totally understand, who wouldn't? And it worked out and they got in. So I'll speak to my experience with that as well. But I did apply as a first year student. That was the first university I was going to. I was going straight from high school. So I'm not international personally, but a few things that you need to know is that in other countries beyond the US, and I work with international students actually, India is a big place, Hong Kong, China, all throughout South America, Europe, Sweden, I've helped people with applying internationally before, so this is my experience that I'm speaking from here. You really want to make sure that you look at international awards and extracurricular opportunities, because a lot of times in other countries they don't have the high school academic awards that we have here in the US. In the US, we're pretty lucky. We have tons of academic competitions, extracurricular competitions, whatever you want to get involved in. Now, in other countries, sometimes those aren't as built into the fabric of general everyday school life, so you really want to be proactive about it. Admissions are harder for students coming from other countries outside of the US, and so you really want to make sure that you're able to stand out not only by doing well academically, but also by having a passion project just like I talked about earlier. And then if you're a transfer student, then you really want to show evidence of leadership at the current college you're at. And you want to have a good reason for transferring, not just that you hate your current college and you think maybe Columbia is really prestigious and that's why you want to come here. You don't want to rhapsodize about the school. Columbia and any other Ivy League school, they know they're great, they know they're fabulous, they know that they're a catch. Instead, you want to talk about the specific elements of your experience at your current school that aren't vibing with you, and how those experiences would be different at Columbia. Use specifics, be concrete, mention professors, classes, clubs, organizations that they have here, and show specifically and concretely how they differ from the experience you would have at your own current college. Next up, we have Alexa asking when/how did you decide you wanted to apply ED to Columbia? Also, what advice would you give to seniors trying to choose between ED schools? Thank you. Well, thank you, Alexa, for asking that question. That's an awesome question, and I would say I was pretty hooked on ED Columbia from around sophomore year-ish. I actually wanted to apply, I think, to Harvard first when I was really little, and then Princeton because I grew up in New Jersey and that was just the greatest school that I knew. I didn't know all the Ivy League schools when I was a tiny tot, and I just knew Princeton was a good school in my area. And then when I learned about Columbia, I realized that I had been falling into the trap that a lot of people fall into through no fault of their own, where something sounds good and you know a lot of people like it and it's really prestigious, especially at college, and you're just like, okay, that's the default. That sounds good, so I'll go there. But when I found out about Columbia, I actually went to Columbia Splash, which is this program where not just Columbia, a lot of Ivy League schools and also Stanford and some other schools, they offer high school students the chance to come to campus and sit in on classes that are taught by the college students on everything from creative writing to math to why clouds are the way they are. That's a real Splash class I sat in when I was a high school student. And actually, now that I'm a college student, I've taught at Splash myself a few times. I've taught at Columbia Splash and Princeton Splash, and it's been a hoot. So I would definitely recommend it. So I went there in sophomore year when everything was still in person. I miss it so much. But it was amazing. I walked on campus and a lot of the college students there, they were in, I think, the Bongra Club, and they were giving this beautiful performance on the steps of Low Library, which is our kind of iconic piece of architecture, the big, quintessentially Columbia building on campus, and I just felt this rush of community. Everyone was watching, cheering, people were kind of singing and stomping their feet, and I knew that the feeling that I was getting on campus was what I wanted in my life. So then I looked further. I found that Columbia had a creative writing program, which it's actually unique amongst all the Ivy Leagues. It's the only school in the Ivy League that has a dedicated creative writing major. It could support me through the Columbia University Orchestra, which I joined, and I was first harpist when I was there on campus, which was an amazing experience. And then they even were able to support me in my other interests that maybe I didn't want to major in, like ballet. And all of those factors combined meant that Columbia could offer me an experience that no other college could. Fiorenza is one of my students who I had in last semester's creative writing workshop that I ran. Hi, Fiorenza. She asks, how hard is it to get published by international lit mags? Any tips for high school fiction / poetry writers? So I am gonna do, like I said, an entire dedicated video on this. So actually, let's hold that thought, but I promise it's coming out really soon. You won't have to wait long. It's coming. Then we have, how have you liked your Columbia experience so far? I've really loved my Columbia experience. I wish it wasn't online this semester and the one before it. I cannot wait to go back on campus, but I'm staying at home right now to keep other people safe and to stay safe myself. I have absolutely loved my professors though. I've been so lucky to have great teachers, incredible classes where I get to completely nerd out in the field that I love. As you guys know, like I mentioned earlier, I actually work full-time. I run a business, my tutoring business, and I'm actually completely financially independent, and it's wonderful to feel like I can do one of those majors where people always, are a little bit like, oh, how are you going to make money with that? And thankfully, I'm already financially independent and self-supporting, so I'm able to follow my passion and make money and have a wonderful time, and I'm so fortunate to be able to do that. And it's because of you guys, honestly, the kids who I tutor and help with college admissions and essays and help with extracurricular development, and the kids at the Stanford University Online High School who I also help with applying there and then tutoring them when they get in. And I just want to say thank you, because that's why I'm able to do what I do and have a great Columbia experience. And that's it! I hope you all really enjoyed this and that it was informative and fun. It was so great to be able to talk to you guys and catch up a little bit. And please let me know down in the comments below what other questions you have about Columbia, about the experience, applying there, whether you think that you might want to go and you want to get my opinion on it. Just let me know any questions at all that you have about it, and I will answer every last one, I promise. I'm really good about answering comments. So I can't wait to see the other questions that you guys have, and let me know if you're a senior where you're going to college, if you know, where you applied if you don't know yet, and if you're younger than a senior, let me know what's your dream college. Where do you want to go? Do you want to come to Columbia? Come to Columbia. Or do you want to go somewhere else? And I will see you all in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and share it with your friends so they can get that good Columbia information, because friends help friends. We all have to help each other and stick together. I love you guys. Bye for now.